Abusua ye ne Ghana ha no no ya na yehu say your man no your man papa. Why am I saying this? Oko Ghana ha man so tena kromo no na we hawa Nigerians no mo nyema bebre poor, but they have a lot of states in our country no more. How Nigerians no rush to Ghana. Some person will develop your crony idea. Now no investor when I say foreign every people Ghana has a per se over how a tourist site near the idea. No people have make a comment to be a Nigeria for no go up musu. Na baby America say any consider so Nigerians because they have nothing good for us. But one more we ever see be a sea and a sea. So what you say? No, I had the idea. I don't want some so at the mom or shouldn't Ghana, Nigeria. Near my course, Ghana, we have best tourist site. A woman in Muna Fizuno. Copium, a war Nigeria, or more language, English, a poor. Ghana, we speak better language, and I say in better English. So, how to communicate with others not easy. And Tiana, a buy, and I'm a Nigerian. Amokasa na Ghana poor country small country senior people ni perceive praise you mo ni ade so de meche na yen sema manfo so eka I don't want some ere ma wo shozi nkuti sema mo ere atu edwa ho.
This number, this image right here is a death knell to Europeans. There's nothing that puts fear of God in Europeans like this. Nigeria alone birthed more children than all of Europe. They sent Bill Gates. He said, he came back and said, I can't do it quick enough. They said, all right, don't worry, we'll fix it. They called Tinubu. Listen, we need you to sign this. You and your son Sheyi, we're going to give you land. You're going to be one of us. But the alternative, we have to kill 70% of your people. Tinubu said, oh, no problem. Hey, my ancestors sold them as slaves. It's okay, no problem. And what are Nigerians doing about it? Well, let's go ask Wizkid and Sheyi Kuti, right? Or let's ask Shali Poppy. Let's ask Nigerians. Let's talk about the real shit we care about. BBN.
It is better Fulani by every member of your family than an Igbo man becoming the president of Nigeria. And Fulani gave you exactly what you want. And why are you complaining? Yoruba, the day you stop evil, the day you stop supporting crime, thy days may be long, but you say no. The presidential ambition of Tinubu is worth more than the lives of millions of Yoruba. Now they are counting Yoruba lives littered on the floor in thousands. They are taking over Ocean. They are now forcing you people to accept Sharia law. If you don't accept Sharia law, you are gone. In Kwara State, you can't practice your traditional festival, your Isheshe festival, your culture. Everything has been totally eradicated by Fulani because you no longer have Oba, you now have Emir. But now they can't want you. You say no, he's a warmonger. Let him remain in prison. Let him stay in Sokoto prison. Why Fulani terrorists? Let them be working freely. And that is why I am not here to mock anybody. I commiserate with every man or woman that have lost their loved ones in that Fulani, in that attack when it happened for Kwara, not up to 72 hours. One man was crying that 12 members of his family was totally wiped away. 12. He gave family 2024. Fulani wiped everybody.
The lawmakers of Nigeria just passed a vote saying that come year 2027 election, there will not be any type of transparency in the electoral process. At least this is how I understood it. So basically, they are saying that what happened in year 2023 will repeat itself again in year 2027. Mind you, in year 2023, they took us unaware. We didn't know what was happening. Just midnight, they announced the results and everybody went with the flow. Now, they realized the kind of people they govern. They were like, nothing happened. So let's tell them in advance. So they are telling us because they believe nothing will happen again. And I was looking at the amounts of people that came out to protest in Abuja. I was trying to make an estimate as to how many people came out. It was about 100 people, or probably less than 100, out of 300 million people for something which I believe is so massive, crucial, very, very important, right? However, come with me. Another man said, oi, everybody in Nigeria, please come outside. We're going to be doing a prayer, okay? People are going to be receiving healing, miracles, and whatever. Yeah, I know you guys know where I'm going to with this video. And I hate to be the guy coming out to speak about this kind of sensitive conversation. However, at this point, honestly, I do not care, right? Listen, Pastor Jerry is the NSPVD. Pastor E.E. Adeboye, the Oyedepo, the Pastor Chris Oyakhilome, the clergies, the leaders of this really massive flocks. Please, it's high time you start telling your members the truth. It's high time you start telling them that a whole bunch of the prayer requests that they bring to these massive programs you guys organize, God would not answer it the way you are putting it in their head that God would organize. I'm looking at NSPPD. I'm sure there is a whole chunk of people who came there with their international passport, praying for God to grant them visas to functional countries because they want to escape their non-functional countries. And Pastor Jerry probably would include it in the prayer request. There is a whole bunch of them who are also praying for security, saying, God, please keep me safe in whatever. Listen, tell your members, I'm not trying to say don't organize these programs. I'm not saying don't serve God, but it would not hurt if God has given you this massive flock and you're not able to tell them this simple truth of demanding proper accountability, demanding proper governance from the people who you know that their actions are the reasons why you are having this massive flock. It will not hurt. I know some of you will probably start looking at me and be saying, but why are you not extending the same energy to the Davido, the Burna Boy and Wizkid when they organize their concert? But listen, nobody goes to Wizkid's concert to pray for healing. Nobody goes there to pray for security. These people just go to have fun. But a whole bunch of these guys come in for these programs. You know what they are coming for. Please tell your members the truth. Tell your members to listen. In my opinion, remember what happened during Goodluck Jonathan? Adeboye came out. I don't understand. We are even seeing times 10 worse. Why are people, it would not hurt. Why are we not speaking out? Why are you not speaking out? Tell your members the truth.
Tinubu right now is sitting on one of the hottest seats on the planet. He's under pressure. A lot is happening behind closed doors that Nigerians do not know. He's under pressure from the north, the Fulanis, and the northern leaders, to be precise, because they are the ones who are the northern leaders. There must have been some sort of agreement between Tinubu and Buhari before they gave him the presidency. Right now, it's like Tinubu is sidelining them, hence the attacks. The recent attacks and the attacks they'll be attacking since Tinubu took power, all those are messages they are sending to Tinubu that we are watching you. You are not fulfilling your promises. Tinubu is planning something that Nigerians do not know. If you ask me, I think, I'm not in favor of Tinubu, don't get me wrong, I don't go missing my words. And I will talk about why I'm not in favor of Tinubu. Tinubu is kind of trying to reset Nigeria. And if he resets Nigeria in a way where the Fulanis will be paralyzed in the sense of power to be taken from them. Because if the Fulanis no longer have power, their jihadist attempt to Islamize Nigeria would die off. It would die off. Tinubu is kind of silently fighting with the Fulanis, with the northern leaders, and they are not happy about it. Hence all the attacks, the recent attacks. Those were messages sent to Tinubu. Remember your promise. Do what we ask. Nigeria must be Islamized. This and that must be done. You promised to do this, you promised to do that, but you are no longer doing those things you promised. Even Shetima is part of the promise to Tinubu. The APC, that is the Muslim ticket, was also part of the promise. There were a lot of things Tinubu did while campaigning that were part of the promise. And now it appears like Tinubu is no longer following that path. And the people who went into agreement with him are upset. They are not happy. If you ask me, what the best thing Tinubu can do, if you ask me, is to allow America military base in the north. Now, Tinubu should allow the Americans to have a military base in the north that will be monitoring them like a hawk. And if American military base is in the north, that will crumble them, cripple them, and sideline them forever. If I were Tinubu, that would be what I would do. Have this kind of solid cooperation agreement with America to have a military base in the north, a strong one at that, to cripple the Fulanis. Nigerians need to take power from the Fulanis. We need to cripple them so that their mission to Islamize Nigeria and to spread across Nigeria their Sharia laws would be put to an end. Power needs to be taken from the Fulanis in order for Nigeria to survive. Because if we do not take power from the Fulanis, Nigeria will continue to be under threat, under attacks. Tinubu should go into agreement with the Americans.
Okay, we nsɛm a kopiem ɛwɔ social media no so trendy ɛwɔ hɔ na kyerɛ sɛ yɛnuanom Nigerians no ɔmo AMV commenter yɛnua bɛma bi anaasɛ foreigner bi as we PM Ghana hanom ne experiences our experience between Ghana and Nigeria na wode ne comment and so etumi ɛde ba beto ɛwɔ hɔ no manya asɛnketo but modern sɛ obe subscribe na wa share update is ahodoɔ bɛba wakyerɛ wadwen ama bibi bia so akoso kama ɛwɔ ha ne mu si high famous TV yɛwɔ science no mu ahyia bi akram bye bye.